McCauley, and I'm at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. We've had a very successful session 17. As of today, we have lost 237 pounds for good. That's good for a session. It's excellent. Last session in the whole of 16, we only lost 151. So congratulations, keep up the good work. But how do we persevere? We're going to talk right now about Sister Melanie Svoboda does an intercession quite frequently for daily reflections. And I copied this one. I'm going back behind the log. She says, indeed we call blessed those who have persevered. James commends the prophets and Job for their perseverance in faith despite the many hardships they endured. And what's important is they talk about how the oak tree was once a little nut that held its ground. But what's important to say about the oak tree is in what manner did it persevere? Not by remaining an acorn, but by being transformed into a majestic oak tree. We need to persevere by changing. I was so happy that Vincent, our son, was here tonight because he was 12 years old when I started Pray It Off. And he grew up pretty much with Pray It Off. He said to me that he doesn't even remember when I weighed 370 pounds. That he has no memory of that. And I want him to continue to not have any memory of that. If we stubbornly stay put, if we stubbornly try to remain the same, we need to change in order to persevere. Loving Jesus, help me to persevere in becoming a more loving person like you. And in that loving, let me love myself enough that I can walk away from the hot dogs, walk away from mayonnaise and scoops of chips and ice cream and dip. Okay, so we're going to go right over to the fruit of the Spirit and weight loss. There's a lot of chatter tonight. Am I missing something? Is there anything going on I don't know about? Does somebody want to wear the red, white, and blue? Is that it? The fruit of the Spirit and weight loss. This, we've talked so often. Pentecost was just now, or just a little while ago. We talked about the gifts of the Spirit. This author, Carrie Wesley, hi Carrie, talks about the fruits of the Spirit and directly relates them to weight loss. You're going to discuss this in your small group. All right, let's start with the fruit of the Spirit, love. You need to love yourself and your body. If you love your body, you want to treat it right by giving it proper fuel and exercise. Joy. You got to joyfully want to exercise. You got to joyfully want to eat healthy. If you're miserable, if you feel in total denial, poor me, I can't camp out at Peter's Polar Bar, poor me, you're not being joyful about it. Somebody tonight, and I won't name names, has a red, white, and blue top on that her daughter gave her 15 years ago that she has never worn because it didn't fit her. She lost 25 pounds in session 17, and she looks like $1 million in that t-shirt tonight. Let's give her a round of applause, even though I'm not going to call her out. Bob and I constantly say that we love peace. Who doesn't, right? Peace. Oh, let's even say it. Peace. Oh, it feels so good. Peace. Peace. Give yourself peace. Look at what you've accomplished so far with God and find some peace. Stop beating yourself up. I'm working so hard on that, and it's really helping. Patience. Let us not become weary in doing well, for the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. How can you reap a harvest if you give up? Is there anything to reap? You go out, you plant some seeds, you don't weed, you don't water. Where's the harvest? Eating less and moving more is weeding, everybody. We need to be patient. You have to reap the harvest of good health. Kindness. If you're eating all the junk food and not getting up and moving, even when it's hard, that's not showing kindness to yourself. But don't forget that you are a wonderful person right now, no matter what you weigh. That your weight does not determine your love, your kindness, your beauty. Just remember that. Goodness. Simply put, this means be good. Eat good foods. Exercise. Be good more than you're bad. We're not saying be perfect. Just be good more than you're bad. Faithfulness. If we believe we can make positive changes with the Lord's help, that is why Pray It Off is different. It is different because we ask God to help us. If we believe it, then we will do it. Even when I was at the 7-year or 6-year plateau I was on, I never gave up. And that's only because God wouldn't let me. He would not let me give up. Thank you, Jesus. Self-control. Our bodies are holy temples. It's the only house we have. I grew up at 216 West 10th Street. That was my original house. But this is the house that's really original. I was born with this house. We need to have self-control and treat our body in a way that glorifies God with proper fuel and exercise. There you go. The fruit of the Spirit and weight loss. Really read those over. Talk about them in your small group discussion because we asked for the gifts of the Spirit to be turned on. We got them at baptism. We got them at confirmation. They live in us already. They're there. Even if you're miserable, joy's in there somewhere. It's in there. You got to dig, baby. You got to dig, but it's in there. Find it. I'm going to stop right there, Bobby.